Hi, and thank you for watching this In the Spirit Moment with Myronda. I've had the opportunity to substitute teach on the elementary school level. And I want to speak to all the parents out there and those who are parenting or playing a role, an important role in a child's life. What you see happening in schools, in a lot of schools, is very disturbing. You have children on the elementary school level who disrespect authority, who realize that there are no consequences for their actions, and they do things not even caring. And I had to sit and think about, wow, people talk about prayer not being in schools, but we can pray when we're there. We can pray at home about it. But to the parents out there, we have to take full responsibility for our children. There are a lot of parents who are not even answering phones when they're called. If they're called about their child misbehaving, they give excuses or even side with the child. And that cannot continue to happen. Not to say that it's always a child's fault, but we have to investigate so we make a wise decision. So we teach our children how to be respectful. And it's very, very hard to watch. But first of all, as parents, we have to acknowledge that there is an issue. If we have an issue with our child, we have to first acknowledge that. Because if we don't acknowledge there's an issue, we'll never, ever, ever get to the bottom of it. Acknowledge there is an issue. Then we have to accept responsibility for it. Yes, as parents, we have to accept responsibility for our children's actions. Then we have to address it. Address it the way it needs to be addressed. Find help if you need to find help. But these children need some help and some discipline. Not all of them, but many of them do. The proverb that talks about, I think it's Proverbs 13, that talks about disciplining our children. The parent that spares the rod hates his child. If you love your child, you discipline them. Discipline is a part of life. God disciplines those he loves, the Bible tells us. It's not because we want to be mean to them, but we have to teach them how to be respectful. And in this life, you're not going to always have what you want or have your way. And of course, we know from the Psalm 127 that children are a heritage from the Lord, an offspring, a gift from him. He's their reward to us. Whether we ask for them or not, we're responsible for them. God has given them to us, so we're to be good stewards even over our children. So we have to take responsibility. First, acknowledge there's an issue, accept responsibility for it, and address the issue properly. And I pray that, if you don't have children, pass this message along. Help somebody else's child, because there are a lot of children out there that need love, that need discipline, that need help, because the road they're going down leads to destruction. And the Bible tells us to train a child in the way that he should go, so that when he gets old, he does not depart from it. That way is God's way. Any other way is not God. And sometimes that means not doing the same thing that mama and grandmama them did, because not all of that may have been right or God's way. We have to do it God's way in order for them to get on the path that God would have them be on. If not, it leads to destruction. And I pray that we can get to a place where our children are leading a life or heading in a direction that is godly, that is righteous, and that is pleasing to God. And we have to start as parents being an example. Thank you so much for watching this In the Spirit Moment with Myronda. Be blessed and bless them babies.